My name is Campbell, and I'm the only man on the ballot running for Attorney General against our incumbent, Beau Biden. We, the people, are awakening to the true nature of what our government has become. We're working longer hours for less pay that go to pay bills that keep rising. And for a while, as long as we keep our heads above water, we tread, and we tread comfortably. But now as the government adds and raises taxes, adds regulations, and corporations merge to destroy competitions, jobs, and wages, and because corporations know no boundaries, this has become a global problem. We are not alone in the world of financial and economic problems. The position of Attorney General in the state of Delaware is the chief law enforcement officer for the state. When the people lose everything and have nothing left to lose, some lose it. The increase in joblessness and despotism will lead to more crime. We the people should be armed, self-reliant, informed, and charitable if we can be. The people will only maintain our freedoms if all three of these elements are protected. My office will do everything in its power to protect and defend the Constitution, particularly the Bill of Rights. We have the right to pray or not to pray, but we don't have the right to tell others to pray or tell them that they can't pray. We have the right to speak out, but we can't tell others to shut up, and we don't have to answer any questions. We the people have the right to record outdoors, in public, or in publicly funded, owned, and operated buildings conducting the people's business. I believe we are all citizen journalists and have the right to free press includes us all. Transparency exposes corruption. The government and its subcontractors do not have a right to search, record, x-ray, tetrawave, wiretap, track, trace, or database the people without a specific search warrant from a judge. We the people have the right to bear arms, and we have the right to defend ourselves with those arms without fear of prosecution from the state. We the people have the right to grow food and raise livestock of all kinds without fear of prosecution, confiscation, or destruction from government or competing corporations. We the people have the right to know what we are eating and drinking with accurate labeling. We the people have the right to choose what goes into our bodies or what comes out of it, but you can't make others pay for it. We the people have the choice to be charitable or not, and to direct our funds accordingly. We the people have the right to conduct business, trade, and barter, with or without a currency of our choosing, without fear of government intrusion, confiscation, or incarceration. We the people, we are the people. Our property as well as our labor are our sovereign possessions. It should be difficult for the government to confiscate property. It's not. Just compensation should be paid when it is. It's not. Special deals are made for special folks. They shouldn't be. The people are to be treated equally and individually. When a person is accused of a crime, they should be informed of the nature and cause of the accusation. They should be given all access to forms of communication, starting with a phone you don't have to call collect from. The people have a right to choose whoever we want to represent us in court, to be confronted with witnesses against us, to have a compulsory process for obtaining witnesses in our favor, and be able to demand any and all evidence from the government and corporations. The jury is the people's check on the courts. Use it. And when asked to serve on jury duty, serve. We the people need the people's justice. We the people will not be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. Excessive bail should not be required or excessive fines imposed or cruel and unusual punishment inflicted. Suspects will be properly investigated while maintaining the people's Fourth Amendment rights. My office will seek justice, not revenue. Wrap it up. proper leadership beholden only to the welfare of the people. The people have a responsibility as well. Read the Constitution and know your rights. I'm running for Attorney General of Delaware to protect, preserve, and defend the Constitution of these United States, and I ask
you. Can we get our jobs back? The United States, I don't care if it's Delaware or where. I love for Delaware, we need it. But we need to think about stop sending jobs overseas.
a lot of the policies that have created the situation where we are seeing more and more jobs going overseas is because of our involvement with the UN, NAFTA, and GATT. All of these trade policies is what the multinational corporations sold to the legislatures as the great idea that's going to help America back in the 90s. Al Gore sold us this thing. What we're seeing now is that as the multinational corporations, they have backing by these bankers who are allowed to print currency at nothing and loan it to each other at 0%, while we're all being charged 10, 15, 20% depending on what type of loan you have. At the same time, we are seeing a global currency devaluation. All of the different central banks operating in all of these different countries are all racing to the bottom to devalue their currencies so their exports are cheap in countries like ours. The only way to combat this situation is to get the currency backed by silver and gold issued by the Congress, to get out of NAFTA, GATT, and the UN, and to impose tariffs on countries like Brazil and Mexico.
Doug, maybe you should rub the Senate.
Good job. Real quickly to follow up on what Brent was talking about, if I'm elected, I will be filing lawsuits challenging any mandates that come down from the Department of Education. Your school district should be accountable at the school board level. Those are your elected positions that are responsible for educating your kids. And I'm also against any consolidation of the school districts, because if you're a regular parent or just anybody on the community that really cares, it's pretty easy to get elected into the school board. If you consolidate those districts, you're going to see vertical integration of the entire system and less control that each individual has over their board. So with challenges to the constitutionality of the Department of Education mandates, we're going to give the power of education back to the people of Delaware. I'd like to address the illegal alien situation. I will be enforcing federal we will have hospital enforcement. We will have, when they go to sign up for college, we're going to have ICE there. Or not ICE, we'll have a state level type thing. If the federal government is going to refuse to enforce the law, then we must at the state level.